You know, as you get more money, which is very important in life to continue to make more money and put more money away, you could talk about the most expensive things that you've done. So before it was going on a vacation, then it was maybe buying some champagne in the club, then it was your first supercar, and now the spending's out of control and I can just do whatever I like. So interesting, I think, is the same thing. I think as a young man, to take a small trip to another city can be very interesting. When I was very young, I went into a place called Lunik. It's the most dangerous gypsy neighborhood in all of Europe. It's one of the most famous slums in all of Europe. And my friend took me in his car and they were throwing rocks at the car. So we're driving through this gypsy neighborhood. They're trying to block the roads. We're swerving, around them because they knew that we were there to just, I guess, to look at them like it was some sort of exhibit, and they didn't like that. And there was all these pings on the roof. That was very interesting as a very young man, but I think that I exceeded that a couple years later when I went to Iraq. I went to Iraq in the middle of the ISIS terror when Americans were getting kidnapped off the streets, because I thought this is an opportunity I don't want to turn down. So what's the most interesting thing I ever did? You could say the most interesting thing I did recently was go to Romanian prison. That's a very cool story, and that's a very exciting thing that I have people to tell about myself. And I'm not upset by the fact that I went. In fact, I'm extremely happy because now I've topped it. I've topped all the other interesting stuff I did, and I got to go to Romanian jail for 3 months. So what is my life going to be like in 10 years? I don't know, but I guarantee within the next 3, 4, 5 years, I break that barrier once again and I do something super interesting. Maybe I sit down with the President of the United States. I don't know what I'm going to do. However, I am going to continue to try to top my cool stories, because you either get busy living or you get busy dying. There are negative experiences that are just pure negative. There just are. But something bad that happens to you personally that you survive can always be seen in a positive light. Always. I mean, I have a friend who I spoke to famously online. He was paralyzed from the neck down almost, in a surfing accident. And he says that's one of the best things that ever happened to me. I wouldn't have my wife otherwise. I met my wife in the hospital. She was a nurse there. I don't want to go back and see what my life would have been like if this didn't happen. So if something bad happens to you, no matter how bad it is, and you survive it, it's always a journey of growth. It's always something that's going to help you get better and stronger and more interesting as a person.